Okay guys, so the unboxing of this lovely bait boat, or hopefully lovely bait boat. Let's have a look. I'll start off with a little one. Should have my glasses on for this really. I think this could be the, I was going to say the bait boat controller, the radio controller, but it isn't. Right, so that is the Bear Creek's Sonar, which has got some really good reviews. So let's have a look in this one. Sorry about this guys, I'm a bit cag-handed here. Let's have a look what we've got here. So I'll leave that there. Okay. So we have two antennas, one of which will be for the sonar, one for the boat. We have some cables. We have a micro USB cable, which I'm guessing is for this. There we go. So that's on the bottom there. We also have a link-up power cable, which is for the sonar. Two batteries, 3000 milliamp hours. Two batteries, what's that all about? Is that a spare one, or does it actually take two? All right, okay, so the sonar takes two batteries, which is good. So I'll put those to one side because I want to look at the boat. All right then, there we go. Get the edge of that. Guys, let's have a look what we've got here then. So we've got two batteries, 12 volts, 17.6 amp hours. Very impressive. Two of those. A charger. Now this has an output of 3 amps. That's a beast, so that must be for the big boys. Pop those on the bubble wrap. We have another, right, okay, so that cable is for that. We have a boat antenna. Do you know what? I'm going to put that back in there. I don't want to lose that. Another 230 cable. And let's see if we can get this off. Just try and ease that off gently, he says. That looks nice. Right, we'll take that out rather than me just sitting here like a plonker admiring it. See what we've got. Right, okay, so battery charger for 4 times AAs, and that is the cable. So that's good, that's a bonus, didn't expect that. What have we here? 2 add-on hoppers, which is great. These have what looks like some sort of electromagnet release. Could be wrong, but I'll have a look into that. And what we'll do is in the second half of the video, I'll do a more in-depth look at the boat. We'll have a look at the functionality and the spec, battery stamina, quoted distance for not only the sonar but for the boat as well, and we'll look at the drop points. And what I do know is this stores 80 drop points on the GPS memory, or the memory in there rather. And yeah, you heard that right, 80, which is extremely impressive. So and that feels fairly heavy. I'm guessing there's batteries in this, which there is, so that's a bonus again. So I've got 4 batteries in there and 4 in the charger. Fantastic, brilliant. Right, let me move the box out of the way, have a quick look at the boat, and then, like I say, we'll move on to the second half of the video. First impressions, feels good. I think the weight's a bit of an indicator as to the build quality. It's not light. It's a sort of boat that if you're going to lug around, you want to really use it, and use it to well, use it to the full if you like. So looks really good. So what sticks out? Well, what really hits me is its finesse, if you like. It's really well finished. Just turn over, have a look at the underneath. Trying to be careful. Make sure I don't rest it on any of the toggles underneath. That sits nicely there. So yeah, we've got the transducer. You can see there's 2 contacts there. So as soon as that sits in the water, that will turn on. Got the 2 gates there, or the trap doors, if you will. And what really stands out with this is how neat it's all fitted. I mean, if you look here, there's hardly any gap there. You struggle to get a hair between these, which is quite satisfying, because you can safely say that if you put fine particle in there, none of it's going to leak through. Obviously you're going to get liquid, but any small particles are staying in that hopper, which is really good. Something else that stands out, or stood out just, is the feel of this trim. It's rubberized, and I think that's a great idea. By the way, the handle folds down as you would expect, but that rubber there, it means that if you bring that boat in a little bit too quickly and it bumps on the side of your landing stage or peg, not going to do any damage to the boat. I really like that. I really do like it. So anyway, guys, like I said, I'm not going to go into anything deep and meaningful at the moment. We'll have a look at that in the second half of the video, which is coming up right now.
Hey,
Now I do need to tell you that I was gifted this boat from the Big Lake Bait Boat Company, but what I'm going to try and do is be as objective as possible and give honest critique. Okay, so the boat retails at £1,000. The extra hoppers will cost you £50, and the sonar comes in at £350. The boat comes with the handset, a set of 4 AA rechargeable batteries, two 12 volt bait boat batteries which are both 20 amp hours each. It also comes with a 3 amp charger for the boat batteries and a charger for the AA batteries that power the handset. I'm here at my local lake stroke pond, and I've chose this particular water because I actually know the depths like the back of my hand, and well, it's extremely accurate. I'm really impressed. You can see that it's constantly updating and changing. The depth's sort of reading between 5 feet and 5'5", which is absolutely bang on. Now guys, I've got to admit I don't really know a lot about this soil reading on the screen, so you're probably better off to do a bit of googling and look for some more in-depth reviews on this. But what I do know is the sonar has a range of up to 800 meters, which is really impressive. So what about the handset? Well, it works on 5.8 gigahertz technology. It's a 6-channel handset offering unparalleled interference-free performance. The boat can actually sail between any of the points that you set it to. So let's say, for instance, you have, let's say you purchased the 2 extra hoppers. So obviously then you're going to have 3 in total. So you could send your boat out to rod 1. Let's say that's your left-hand rod. So you could drop some bait onto that spot. Select your second rod. The boat will then travel to that rod. You could then drop your second load of bait, and you could do exactly the same with rod 3. So that's a nice handy feature. Okay, to the screen readout. Top left is the level of the boat batteries, the middle is the alarm at which you set your low voltage, and the bottom, self-explanatory, the handset voltage. To the top right hand of the screen, that's how many satellites that the unit's connected to. 12 is the max, so that is the most accurate that you're going to get. Now let's move on to the handset joy controllers. Right small hopper, left small hopper, up is for the central hopper, and down is for the rear rig release. So your dial marked VRA is your trim setting. So if you find your boat is veering off to the left or the right, this is how you balance out the motors so your boat runs true. The rest self-explanatory. You've got your front light toggle switch there. Top left you've got the all light switch if you like, and this one is for your boat movement forward, back, right and left. It also displays and records all of the distance that the boat actually travels to all your spots, so you can recall that at any time, and it also shows you all the coordinates. The boat also auto saves the home point as you place it into the water. This is the point it will return to should you call it, or if the batteries are low. The boat comes equipped with front red lights and a red and amber rear light. It also has indicators which notify you the direction of travel, which obviously helps you out in the dark, as it's pretty damn impossible to suss out which direction your boat's travelling sometimes. The main central hopper works on twin worm gear motors, meaning it opens in a controlled manner. It then self-closes after 10 seconds has passed. This central hopper is a beast. It measures 26 centimeters in length, 15 centimeters in depth, 16 centimeters in width. It carries a massive 5 kilo of bait, and the small hoppers carry half a kilo each. The rear rig release is so simple to use. Simply pop in your hook, press the left hand lever on your handset down, and there you go. The motors that propel the boat are brushless. These have two benefits. Firstly, they use less energy, so prolonging your battery life, and they also last longer than the old style motors. Okay guys, so what do I think about the boat? Well, it's well made in terms of design and substance. It's aesthetically pleasing, but more importantly, the specs are actually bang on, especially in terms of being able to store 80 fish spots, and the fact that it's got a 500-meter range. Now, I know a lot of us anglers won't use that sort of range, but it's perfect for knowing that your signal's going to be solid even at long distances. Now, it's not perfect. It has got a couple of niggles. The first being that the openings of the battery compartments are on the small side, and I've only got small hands, so it's a little bit restrictive. I've actually had to resort to pulling on the leads of the batteries, which sort of goes against the grain for me. The other thing is the red lights at the front of the boat itself. They don't really light up much on your approach. So for example, as you're approaching features like reed lines, trees, bushes, etc. But I mean, is that such a bad thing? You know, we all know fish are easily spooked by bright white lights. So yeah, it's one of those, bit of a grey area, I guess. Another important thing for me is after sales. Now, it's all very well buying something from a big company, but it's one of those, are you sure you're going to get good after sales service? Now, with Mark at the big lake boat bait company, he's not an employee that's lost in a big company that's got no control over what he does. It's his company, he's hands-on, and he will turn your boat round in 5 days, whether that's for service or whether that's for repair. So that might be worth something to consider. But yeah guys, for £1,000, I really like the boat. I really do like it. It's a good piece of kit. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully this short video has given you enough information to make an informed decision, because after all, it's a big purchase. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. Yep. See you soon.